Robert.
Yo, what's shaking AC?
Oh my gosh, what happened?
I don't know. What did you just do there?
I don't know. Like, did I say something that made you stumble or what?
Yeah, you just said my name with this like vicious growl.
Robert. Okay, now that we got that out of the way, and we did, I know we probably should re-record this, but actually, no, it's better. We're fine. We should probably just keep rolling, right?
Yes, yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Nice hat, by the way.
Well, the best thing about this hat is that I was wearing that this week, which is the week of the American Thanksgiving. And Keith actually asked me, Keith on our team, asked me if I was dressed up like a pilgrim. Nice one. I was like, Keith, are you joking or what? Like, but then I was like, well, that's cute. Like he thinks that. But anyway, so thank you.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you.
You're welcome.
Okay. So, hey, you know what I thought might be interesting to talk about today?
Talk to me.
Location.
Oh my
So,
gosh.
yeah, here we go. So, I'm curious as a franchisor, what I guess, when you've got a number of locations, I'm what I've seen is it can be interesting to see the different types of locations that can work, and that it's not always about the prime location being the best location. Like sometimes, in your case, in your Waterloo, your flagship arcade, your flagship Control V arcade, you guys are in, I don't know if that's would be called an A or a B, but it's a good location, but you'll tell me in a minute. But it's not like right, in the middle of the town center. It's more about being closer to your target sometimes, or in your case, it's the rent is better because you're tucked back a bit. So all right, hit me with what you got.
Okay. I have a big problem with this mantra that everyone always keeps talking about, saying location, location, location. Your
Okay.
business is going to be wildly successful if you pick the right location. And I don't know who created this mantra and what industry perpetuates it, but it needs to be retired. Because I feel a lot.
That's bold.
Yeah.
Okay, but hang on. Okay, well, I guess you're going to define, because the question is, what does that actually mean? Does location mean like it could be the right location for your business? That might be what it means. But anyway, keep going.
Yeah, so I think traditionally, and let's call this up to about 20 or 30 years ago, a lot of business was very much dependent on the location. We didn't have the internet, where you can purchase things online. We didn't have such vast accessibility to information. So the only way really you could get your business out there to people without having to spend lots on marketing was to put it into a very, robust location where there's a lot of
High traffic.
Yes, where people would get, knowledge of your brand and they would stop in and you can create like a little sales conversation with them, etc. Right. But now, society has changed. A lot of like retail front has moved online. They don't even need a physical location. They're just
so the
funneling.
location is online.
Yes, right. So now you gravitate towards that.
I thought that was pretty funny. I guess you didn't think that was too funny.
That was a knee
No.
slapper, Angela.
Yeah, okay. Should we cut that out? Okay,
so like
I'll zip it.
from a physical standpoint, I don't think that applies anymore, especially depending on your business. Maybe your business doesn't need to be in a high foot traffic area because you have a very, wide variety of different marketing techniques that will get people in there, like family entertainment centers, oftentimes they need very, very big facilities that you can't put downtown or in a mall. You put it outside, sort of on the outskirts. Otherwise, you're paying through the roof for rent. Similar thing happens with Control V, destination locations, in other words. So that location of being there for the foot traffic doesn't necessarily apply to every business. And even on in the digital world, people are saying location. What does that mean in the digital world? Well, you might think, well, I need to be on Facebook and Instagram and Snapchat and LinkedIn and TikTok and all this sort of stuff, get in front of as many people as possible as I would do in a physical location. But that may not be the thing. Where are your customers? They're not on all of these platforms. Maybe they are, but they don't have to be. How do they consume your content? Do they consume it in videos? Maybe some of these platforms aren't compatible with videos. Do they consume it in images or graphics or whatever, right? So this common mantra of just like get out there to where the most people are may not actually be satisfactory. And I think a lot of people are starting to realize, or at least I hope people are starting to realize this, but sometimes, when you get somebody who's not very experienced in that industry, in the foot traffic industry or whatever, they'll just say, well, everyone's always said it's just location, location, location. So your business is going to be the most successful when you go into a location. And malls are getting less foot traffic these days because everything can be purchased online. Your online attention is being like split so many ways with so many different platforms. There's organic stuff now, there's algorithmic stuff, like there's so much more that goes into this, that when somebody says location, 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 I kind of start to think, all right, this is going to be a much deeper conversation. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, that truly was a rant. So I think it's very important though here to consider the type of business. And if there are certain types of businesses that I'm going to use grocery store, for example.
Mm-hmm.
When a grocery store is in a location that's just easy to get to and central to a neighborhood, like I guess it depends on the person too, but like personally, I will shop where it's most convenient, as long as they have good selection and everything like that, rather than driving further to go get groceries, because I don't really have to. But when it comes to something a little more specialized, like going to play VR or even getting my hair cut or like something like a salon, I'll typically go out of my way a little bit more. And so the location is a little bit less important. And I guess, so there's a few things going through my head. There's also that it depends on, or some businesses depend on or do well with complementary businesses near them. So a juice cold pressed juice type company that sells like acai bowls does often really well near some kind of a fitness center, whether it's a gym or a Pilates studio or bar fitness or whatever it is. There's things like that can happen. What are your thoughts on like complementary businesses?
Yeah. So to be clear, my rant here is about specific real estate and not demographic location, right? Like it totally makes sense to open up your business where your customers exist, right? So if you're, for example, a juice bar, if you're opening it up next to a gym, you're opening it up based on the demographics. The people there are, fit people that want to eat or drink clean juice. Okay. But should it matter where that gym is, whether it's right downtown or if it's on the outskirts or whatever? That gym has already done the research to find out where their clientele is. You're basing your business off them. Now, if you are that gym, sure, you're now trying to figure out where your clientele lives, but does it matter if it's on this corner of the street versus this corner because the traffic on this side is slower than the traffic on this side? Like you're going to get so down into the weeds, like just get started.
Mm-hmm. Although I do think it's important to consider, and like maybe this isn't what we're talking about then, but like the convenience of it. Like if it's a grocery store, is it easier for people to get in and out of the parking lot? I guess I'm flashing back to the days when I had my one of my stores, and we would like eventually there was like a lot of construction around our store, and it really impacted whether people could make the turn into the parking lot, and sales went down. And we were like, oh, this is,
Well, that I think that caters even more to my argument. If you're picking a place because there's a lot of foot traffic, location, 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 and not taking into consideration localized construction, city plans, all that sort of stuff, you're just blindly picking this place,
Mm-hmm. So it's a hot topic for you, I'm sensing.
Yeah.
You get really annoyed at people that say location. I will never say that again. No, I don't think I've ever said it. I don't think that's something. But I also, one last point is I think they hide behind that being the answer to success. And there's business success is about so many things, not just location, location, location.
Agreed.
Okay. Well, I guess that's good. We can just wrap it up then.
All right, let's wrap it up.
3, 2, 1.
Go be awesome.